Hey guys, so I happened to take a few really high ranked players recently on Dueling Book with the non-Dragoon Cyber Dragon variant, so I thought I'd share them with you. Now of course these are way better players than I am, but sometimes things just go your way. If you wanted to see the list that I'm using, then you can just check out my most recent deck profile that I'll link below. I'm still open to playing the Dragoon variant, but for now wanted to give this pure list some more run. So let's just get started. Alright, so our first replay is against Prank Kids, and he is a very good Prank Kids player, and the last time I was paired up with him on rank play, he kicked my ass, so let's see if things will be a little different this time around. So he's gonna normal the Lampsies and go into Meow Meow Mew. This deck is insanely consistent because of this card now. So he's gonna bring out the Fansies, go into the Dodo Doodle Do, and then he's gonna bring out the Dropsies and also add the Pandemonium, and the Fansies drop Foolish the Pranks, and with Dodo he's gonna add back that Pranks and Fansies from grave to hand. Then he is gonna activate Pranks, pitch a Prank Kids monster, and then bring out a token, and then you can go into a Dodo Doodle Do again and bring out the Roxies. Next he will link off into Bow Wow Bark, and using Roxies he'll be able to draw one by banishing the place. And he's going to set 4, so this is where this deck can be quite difficult, because aside from the double Regeki with the Battle Butler, you also have to deal with backward cards, especially there can be only one, which this deck tends to play, and is very problematic for us. So he's going to shotgun the Bow Wow Bark, and bring back the Lampsies and Fansies back to hand. So we are going to start off with the emergency at the core. We do have Droplet, so against Battle Butler that's quite good, and we have the Cyclone in case of the there can be only one. But other two sets, it's pretty problematic probably. So we're gonna use the Soldier effect, of course, bring that out, and use Soldier to bring out another Soldier from deck to hand. Then we will pitch that, bring out the Soldier. Look, so far so good. We do get to go into Nova, then Infinity. My plan is just to go into Zeus after attacking. He does use Pandemonium in here, and then he chains Droplet by sending the Pandemonium as cost, so I can at least negate that, although it means my negate is gone now. So he is going to bring out the Battle Butler and set up a wall of Prank Kid monsters. So I am just going to attack over any of the Prank Kid monsters just so I can go into Zeus, but he is going to use Battle Butler, which I will chain Droplet and send off the Elmirage so I can negate that. And I go into Zeus and I blow everything up. Unfortunately, I only have one more material left, so I can't actually use his effective anymore. Now he is going to bring the Dodo with the Battle Butler, but I do have that rest system, so Naxxer will bring back the Infinity. Remember, you can only go into Infinity using Nova as material once per turn, so that's why I brought Infinity straight up rather than Nova, so I can go into a second Infinity. So he's going to Cyclone my Cyclone, so that doesn't really do too much. And he just concedes there. So we are going into game 2. And he is, of course, choosing to go first. Definitely the best option. So we do have Ash and Droplet, so that's honestly, ideal. It's the best you could ask for. It would be nice to have a back row hate card, but you can't have everything. So we'll let that slide because we're just trying to Ash his first Prank Kids monsters effect. So, which I do negate, but he unfortunately has triple talents, and he's going to bring back the Droplet back into deck, which means, considering that he didn't have to draw, he probably has a really good hand, or a pretty good hand to keep continuing. And so he is going to bring out the Rocket Ride, and then Dropsies will come out. And with Rocket Ride, he will bring back the Lampsies and Roxies, and then he's going to link into Dodo Doodle Do. These names are just ridiculous. It's very hard to say while you're trying to commentate very fast. So he does add the Pranks, and go into Bow Wow Bark, and Dropsies will come out. So with the Dodo, he's going to add the Pandemonium and Roxies from grave to hand. He'll activate the Pranks, that way he can shuffle back his Prank Kids cards and draw one at the end phase. So on standby, he is going to just shotgun Bow Wow Bark and add back the Lampsies and Fansies. We are going to start off with the emergency, add the Hers. So I do lead with the core here in this instance because I am cognizant of the there can be only one, and by normaling the core first I can at least play around there can be only one, whereas if you start with the Soldier play you would kind of get stuck there. So we are going into Elmirage, and of course we are going to use Soldier, pitch the Hers, special, chainlink one Soldier, chainlink two Hers. We will add the Cyber Dragon and the Soldier. We're going to do that the same. And now at this point, there can be only one, so I'm gonna just send off the soldier, and then I can at least link off the 2 into Anaconda. So this is what I meant by playing around it. Of course, he does have Pandemonium though, so this is not gonna be very good. But I guess in a way, at least we forced it out. So he's gonna bring out his wall of Prankid monsters, and of course blow up my Anaconda. But you know, Overflow and Cyberload Fusion on their own is actually a powerful duo. So he looks like he's just going to attack with a bunch of monsters and just go for game. So in battle phase, I am going to activate the Overflow. And you know, at the time, I was just getting rid of like the 3 highest attack monsters. And I think I should have really paid attention to there can be only one and just like their typing though. But oh well. So he does get to bring out the Dodo with the Battle Butler and attack directly with the Dropsies and the Bird. Next, he is going to use Dodo. Add back the Lampsies and the Pandemonium from grave to hand. Go into Meow Meow Mew. And he will bring out the Fansies. Link into Bow Wow. And sets 3. I was really hoping that he only set 2, because with Cyberload Fusion I can pop 3 spell and traps, so I'd be able to pop the There Can Be Only One and the, you know, 2 other sets, up to 2 other sets that he would have put. But unfortunately he had an extra one, so now I am going to have to leave 1 behind. So we are going to bring back the Cyber Dragon, hers, and the core, bring out the Rampage, and we will pop 3 spell traps. So that mystery set, hopefully it's not too much. On standby, he decides not to shotgun, so I am going to activate Emergency and get the core. I normal the core and use its effect to search and get the ref system. Now here I use Rampage effect. Now obviously, by him allowing that meant I could have actually contact fused away the Bow Wow Bark with core and to Megafleet so that he didn't get to use Bow Wow Bark's effect. But the other side is that, you know, I did press the declare button on Rampage effect right away after searching with core, so I feel like it didn't actually give him a chance to respond, and because, you know, Rampage effect didn't really matter at this point, he could just wait until I added, and then, you know, he could then trigger Bow Wow's effect. So I think that's why this kind of interaction happened. I mean, if I tried a Megafleet right away, I mean, I think he would have said, no, I actually had a response on the summon. So just trying to explain why that happened. So he's going to add back a couple Prankid monsters. I am going to try to go for the kill by using the ref system and go into Seeger and battle phase. And he actually has the Book of Moon, so that was the mystery set. And you know, it's funny, I forgot to attack with Seeger because in my head I was already activating Seeger's effect, even though I didn't actually, and I could have done damage. But my opponent was nice enough to just take the damage. It really didn't matter for me because I knew I was just gonna die, but still a nice gesture from the opponent nonetheless. So he is gonna bring out the Dropsies and go into Dodo, bring out the Lampsies, add the Place. And with the pranks, he's going to bring out a token, Nightmare Unicorn. You know what this is going to lead to. And he's going into Access Code Talker and just kill for game. So we are going into game 3. And we are going second, of course, and we have the Ash. Hopefully that is enough to fend it off. So he's going to prank summon the Rock, go Meow Meow Mew, and I will Ash him. Fortunately, it does end his turn, and I have just straight up gas. I think I can play through most things. Ash on the core, doesn't matter. Machine Duke, Book of Moon the core, doesn't matter. We have Soldier and hers. So, and I can even resolve the Machine Duke because, you know, I could revive the hers back with the Nova that I summoned, but you'll see that I don't even bother doing that because there's just no need, and I'd rather say that for the future subsequent turn if something just happens to go really wrong in this turn. And again, that's why you just see me bring out the Cyber Dragon, because I can just contact fuse away the Meow Meow Mew into Megafleet with the face down core. Now I can go into Anaconda, and of course you know what's going to happen. So that's it for the first replay. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so this next replay is against some Buster Dragoon deck. So we are going second, of course. And we have the Ash, which comes very clutch against the Red Eyes Fusion, and fortunately he just passes. So I'm actually just going to fast forward this one. This game one's kind of quick. So we are just going to go into the Almorash so we can get the Cyber Dragon, and then Naxxra King trigger and bring back the Cyber Dragon, and then we can go into Seer. It's kind of not really the board you usually see, but it's because we have the Overload Fusion that I figured, you know what, we can actually OTK, and there's no need for the 2 Pot of Prosperities, and he just scoops right away because he sees what's coming, and he does choose to go first again. So we have the Ash again, so that's good. Hopefully it starts off the Red Eyes Fusion. And what do you know? Hey, there you go. So that stops, okay, well. The Deer Servant, very, very good card. He's going to send the Ash Dragon and get the Ecclesia. Dogmatika Punishment is really problematic for us, to be honest with you. So he's just going to set one and another card and pass turn. And Ash Dragon will add him another Ecclesia. So right from the get-go, he is going to shotgun Trap Trick, and then he's going to kind of do his Buster Blader Dragoon, or not Dragoon, but Buster Dragon Fusion combo there. So this is pretty difficult to get through, so we're just going to get the core first, and we are going to really dig for that Forbidden Droplet, because that is really our only way out to getting through this thing. And what do you know, we actually did have 2 droplets here, so I didn't even need to mill 6 or banish 6, but you know, I really needed it, so there we go. And so we are gonna just pitch off the Naxxter first, and we actually negate the Buster Dragon, because we do need our guys to be machines. Maybe I'll just fast forward at this part because it is pretty simple, and we're actually gonna go straight into Infinity because this time we are trying to go into the Zeus play. And so I'm just going to attack over the Buster Blader. I figured the Buster Dragon does die at his end phase. So we're going to just summon the core, get the emergency. We already activated this turn, so we can't use it. But, you know, I just wanted to follow a plan. So he actually attacks the core first. I'm not sure if he knew or if he remembered Zeus's effect, because I can trigger it when my monster gets destroyed by battle card effect. And I am just going to attach that hers. So he is going to go into Dragoon. Unfortunately, he hard opened the Red Eyes. So... and the summon, obviously, before he gets a chance to burn me, I am just gonna try to pop, and he does have to try to negate, but of course, not once per chain, so Zeus will blow up everything. And on top of that, we attach that hers, which did get sent to the grave, so I'm gonna add the core from grave to hand. So at this point, a pretty good hand if he had a monster, and if I had left the core in grave, I could have OTK'd probably, but you know, it's okay. We are gonna take it slow, so we will just bring back the Naxxter, and Naxxter will bring the Infinity. We're just gonna poke first, go 421. In phase 2, we will suck up that core, and I'm just gonna add another core because I like having contingency plans, and we will set that overflow. So for turn, so here, you know, it was a little sus. So basically, you know, usually people always try to special. They just special Ecclesia without like declaring the effect, right? And then if you had a response on the sound, then you could have negated it. But I felt like because he was going kind of step by step, he was really trying to bait it out. And I really wasn't worried about what he's going to get off of Ecclesia. The only thing that would matter is Fleur, which can attack over Infinity, but he did already have that one Fleur in the grave, and I can always pop it with Overflow. So I do see that he summons the Tracer, and that's probably what he was trying to save the negate for, or rather he wanted me to negate the Ecclesia so he can go off with the Tracer. So I'm going to negate that, and of course on end phase I will blow those 2 cards up, and we even draw the machine dupe, so we had super game there. So a quick one, but let's move on to the final replay. Okay, now on to the final replay is against Tri-Brigade. Again, another really strong deck. I would guess it's probably tier 2, but you know, really can't underestimate it. So he's gonna start by using Fractal. And you know, I asked here because I was told, you know, like try to hit them early on in their combos, but I'm not so sure because obviously with the Simorgh that specials out the barrier statue, I figured maybe I just save the Ash for that, right? I mean, I get it, like they can sometimes bring out the Appaloosa beforehand, but at the same time, I feel like if they had the hand to bring out Appaloosa and Simorgh, then, you know, even if I negated whatever card at the early junction, I feel like they would have gone into Simorgh anyway, so maybe it's just better to save the Ash. So if you guys played this deck, let me know. I'm not sure what the best approach was there, but he is gonna kind of do his Tri-Brigade things, and he is gonna bring out that Simorgh, of course, and bring out the statue. So not looking good for us. So we draw the OG Cyber Dragon, can't special right now. We will just at least get rid of the back row, try to attack the Almerger. Obviously it doesn't do anything. I did put it face up so I can worst case have to pop or banish the hers and the Cyber Dragon hand to pop 2 cards in case I die. I was really surprised he didn't have anything to special off Simorgh again in the end phase, but good for me. He's going to use Prosperity, which means I most likely will not die because I'm only taking half damage. So he's going to use Fractal again. Pitch that, send the Kit, which will send the Nerval, and then Nerval adds him the Kyrus. Then he is going to use the other Kyrus that's actually on the field and bring out the bouncy guy, the Ancient Warrior, and he's going to attack over my hers. I do use Hers effect before he starts attacking with everyone. And I am just gonna add that original Cyber Dragon and take the rest of the damage. So really, despite all these monsters, because of half damage, I'm actually in a pretty good spot still. So now it's looking good. So we are going to use the repair plant first while we have that Cyber Dragon in grave. Then we will banish the two one from hand just to get rid of the two problematic monsters. And now we can kind of go off here. So we are going to go special and then get the Cyber Load Fusion off of the core normal. Then go into Seeger, and with that two Cyber Dragon monsters that we banished earlier in the turn with the overflow, we can now go into Rampage, and this is obviously going to be game. So we will send the two cards, add back the core engrave with the Hers that I just sent, and attack, damage step, Seeger, pump Rampage to 42. He will not take damage from Seeger, but he will take damage from Rampage, and pretty good cleanup, and we are going into game 2. So our opponent does choose to go first, no surprise there, and our hand is pretty good. We have the droplet, so hey, even if he has a Barrier Statue, we should be good, although it depends on his back. Okay, well there you go, Solemn Strike, pretty good card, so we don't have the back row hate right now. And well, he's going to start off with the Tanky and add the Fractfall, and use that effect, send it, so he can send the kit, which sends the Nerval, and then Nerval, I guess he's adding another Nerval. And he's gonna never mind. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, he's gonna add the Fractful. So he's gonna normal Fractful, bring out the Blossom, which will special the kit. Now he can link into Appaloosa. Not really a problem for us usually because it's just easy Megafleet. And he is gonna activate Barrage. So now I see the Zoodiac part, which I did not know prior to this game, of course. So he's gonna bring out the Dryden, which is pretty formidable in a way, along with Appaloosa at least. So we are going to go with the Prosperity, and we get the Dark Rulers. So this is actually going to come quite useful, along with the Droplet. So now I don't have to use the Droplet first. No, so we are going into Core first after the Dark Ruler, and we will add the Overflow just for some follow-up plays, and we will try to Machine Dupe, and it's looking good so far. So we're going to go into Nova. And he does strike here. He did not realize that Nova's effect will still trigger despite him negating the summon, because Nova says possession, not control. So make sure to check my ruling videos and card tips on that if you're more interested in this kind of interactions with Cyber Dragon cards. But he does have the Revolt, which is a crazy card. So he's going to bring out the 4 Tri-Brigades and go immediately into, I believe, Shurug is the link 4, which can banish. But luckily that Droplet, so having that second negate card really comes clutch, especially as a quick play card. So he does get to add Fractful and also Shuffle back. And we are going to add the Soldier. So we're in a actually pretty good spot. So we are going to, I guess I can kind of fast forward here because it is pretty repetitive with this play. We are going to Nova, bring out the Cyber Dragon, go into Infinity, and we will suck up that Shurug, because that's the one that matters. And we're just going to send another core engrave just so Cybernetic Overflow, I could banish the core, and I'd still have another one that I can banish engrave for follow-up play. So we are just going to end there. And for turn, he is going to use Barrage. There was no need for me to negate this. Like, even if he tries to attack with the Zoodiac monster, I do have the Overflow. So I wanted to kind of wait it out. So now he has a Tanky, and we already know the other card in his hand. So we are going to just blow these cards up. And he's going to have no other play other than to use the Fractful effect, which I will negate, and I have game next turn. Alright guys, so that was it for the replays. I typically like to bring at least one loss because I obviously don't win everything, but figured this time these are all interesting enough replays against highly competent players, so I wanted to share them. So that's it for me guys, and I'll try to bring an updated list sometime in the near future. Take care.